It's Nick here again with Nick's Hard Rock CD album review collection. The band we're going to look at today is Faith No More. Now this was released in March 1995, and this is their this is their fourth album. I'll just read this. It's actually it's actually a long album. It's got 16 songs on it. Sorry, not 14 songs on it. We've got, we've got the songs are Get Out, Ricochet, Evidence, The Gentle Art of Making Enemies, Star AD, Cuckoo for Kaka, Coralho Vaudois, I think that's how I pronounce it, I don't know. Ugly in the Morning, Dig in the Grave, Take This Bottle, King for a Day, What a Day, The Last to Know, and Just a Man. Now, as I said in the Faith No More video that I did a while ago, Faith No More, yes, they've got hard rock, they've got elements of hard rock, funk, pop, rock, heavy metal, alternative rock. They just got everything, Faith No More, and you know, a personal favourite band. I know they're a bit different from my other bands, but I love this band. They are so diverse. Now, the singles they've released, they only released 3 singles: "Dig in the Grave," "Ricochet," and "Evidence." Now, this album was the first album to introduce a new guitar player, Jim Martin, who had been on the previous albums. He had left the band because he was unhappy with the way the band was going, the musical direction the band was going. And speaking of, I'll just go through the band members there. We've got Roddy Bottom, the keyboardist, on the top there. At the bottom there, we've got Mike Patton, lead vocalist. As I said in the Faith No More video, an absolute genius. I love what he can do with his voice. He's phenomenal, what he can do. Up the top there, we've got Mike Borden, the drummer, and down the bottom is Bill Gould, the bass player. Yeah, so yeah, and as I said, Jim Martin, he'd left the band by this stage, and they got in another guy called Troy Spruance, I don't know, I think that's how you pronounce it. And he was a guitar player from Mike Patton's other band, Mr. Bungle. So Mike Patton, the lead vocalist from Faith No More, he also had another band called Mr. Bungle. Now, in regards to this album, compared to other albums, it's more guitar orientated. It features less keyboards than their previous album. As I said, there's a keyboard player, Roddy. It features less keyboards. Now, I did read that Roddy was actually going through some personal tragedies in his life. You know, he lost his father, and also this album was released about a couple of year or two after Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of Nirvana. After Kurt Cobain tragically died, Roddy was a good friend of Kurt, so he was mourning for obviously 2 people that were close to him he lost in his life. So that's the reason why there's less keyboards on this album. There are keyboards on it, don't get me wrong, but there's less keyboards compared to other Faith No More albums. Yeah, and this album is very diverse. It's, yeah, as I said, it just covers all range of music genres. You know, as I said, metal, funk, pop, rock, alternative. It's just got everything on this, you know. Now, in regards to on the charts, this album, it didn't do as well as the previous 2 albums. But it reached number 31 on the US charts, number 39 on the Canadian charts, number 5 in the UK, European charts, number 3 in New Zealand, reached number 2 in Australia, so that's pretty good. Number 7 in Switzerland, number 9 in Austria, number 8 in the Netherlands, number 5 in Sweden, number 6 in Norway, number 2 in Finland, and number 6 in Belgium. So it actually did better in other parts of the world compared to their home country, America. And Faith No More has always done very well in Australia. Australia has always welcomed Faith No More with open arms in regards to, obviously live tours and album sales. We've taken a shining to Faith No More, and rightly so. They are a top band, a very top band. My favourite tracks would have to be Ricochet, Evidence. Now, with the song Evidence, that is just it's just infectious. It's a real laid back. It's got a slightly funk sound to it, more jazzy type sound, and it's just a cool laid back song. It's really, really great song. Yeah, so Ricochet, Evidence. The other song, Corral Ho Vaudois. I don't know how you pronounce that song. I really don't know. Dig in the Grave and King for a Day. They're my favourite songs. Now, in regards to Faith No More albums, I'd have to say this is my least favourite, if I can say that. I don't hate it, but compared to other Faith No More albums, this is my least favourite. Don't get me wrong, I'm still happy to listen to this album because it's Faith No More, so, what else can you say? But yeah, I prefer their other albums compared to this one, but I got this second hand, so I only paid about $10 for this album, so that's great. So yeah, so there we go. Early 90s, mid 90s this was released, and Faith No More was still doing well for themselves. That they may have not lost, but they didn't have the huge successes the previous two albums, but that didn't matter. That they were as I said, they were one of the most influential bands of the 90s, Faith No More. And a lot of other bands really looked up to these guys, So there we go, the Faith No More. And out of 10, I've been really debating what to give this album out of 10. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for this album. So there we go, Faith No More. And I've got at least another 3 Faith No More albums, so I'll do them sometime. So until then, thank you for watching, and I don't know what album I'm going to do next. I've got albums there, so it's it could be anything. It could be absolutely anything. It could be anything from Poison to Def Leppard to Whitesnake to Dangerous Toys. We'll see what happens. Anyway, until then, take care, everyone, and thank you for watching. And stay safe, everyone. Look out for each other, and keep on rocking. Thank you. Bye-bye.